One man, one dream. Two men, two dreams. Two men, one dream. One place for all your guitar needs. SoGlo Guitar Gallery and SoGlo Custom Guitars at 509 Gloucester.
SoGlo Guitar Gallery and SoGlo Custom Guitars at 509 Gloucester Street in Brunswick, Georgia has everything. Electric guitars, acoustic guitars, bass guitars, amplifiers, hand-built custom guitars and amps, strings, pedals, and accessories, instrument repairs and guitar lessons, mics and mic stands, even drumsticks. Get 10% off your next purchase. Just say you saw it or heard it on Something in the Water. For the wants, the needs, the dreams of South Georgia and North Florida guitar players. SoGlo Guitar Gallery and SoGlo Custom Guitars. 509 Gloucester Street in downtown Brunswick, Georgia. Or 1921, you would have been born in 21, right?
Yeah.
22. You'd have been born in 22.
I'm going to tell you something right now. There's nothing that beats experience.
That's right.
Something in the water taught me how to crawl. Something in the water taught me how to fall.
Well, hey, folks, welcome to another Something in the Water episode. I'm one of your co-hosts, Uncle Dave Griffin.
I'm Sean Clark. We're here with Tyler Hayes and Mr. Raymond Strickland.
It's good to have y'all. We're glad to have y'all on this podcast this time. Two preachers, right?
Indeed.
Two preachers right here in the flesh.
Yeah.
I think that's a first for our podcast episode. And hopefully it won't be the last because we need all the help we can get.
He's the preacher. I'm almost a retired preacher.
Oh, you're retired?
Every once in a while I might fill in or something that way. But
Okay. Tyler, how long you been preaching? Not long.
No. I've been the pastor at Woodard Chapel for 2 years. Do about
2
3
years.
years though altogether.
Okay.
So.
All right. So that was a kind of a what do they call it? Epiphany or
An epiphany after sobriety. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I pastored over Ruskin Church. That's where I was pastoring when I left and went to Lawrenceville.
Okay. Now, how long have you been, folks? Before we go any further, Mr. Raymond is 100 years old.
Well, be 101
In about a month.
a little over a month.
Oh my goodness! Now there's another first.
The first day of February, I'll be 101.
Well, that's
In about a month and a half.
that's quite an achievement. Have we had anybody on the podcast that old yet?
No.
All kind of first.
That's tremendous. You've seen a lot of things.
I've seen all the states and half of Canada.
Yeah. So, how long did you say you had been preaching or were a preacher? You were a preacher for how many years?
Yeah.
About,
Well, I don't remember that's exactly what.
right?
I've been preaching about pretty close to 35, 40 years.
Okay. All right. And you were pastor out at Ruskin?
Yeah. Well, when I called down, told them I was going to move back to Waycross, they wanted me to go back to pastor in Ruskin Church. And I told them I didn't want to pastor no more. Maybe just preach every once in a while, you know.
Right.
Leave that to the young boy.
Leave that to the youngins.
Yeah.
And, you're also a harmonica player.
And a songwriter.
A songwriter.
Well, both of our guests are songwriters and musicians.
Hey, I wrote, come a song out, Two Coat. I wrote my version of it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, hopefully now, before this episode's over, we're going to get into some original music from both of y'all. That'll be a nice little...
That's a guitar player.
Yeah. Well, we've been knowing Tyler for a while now. At least probably 15, 20 years. Easily, huh?
I tell you,
I think the first time
how many CDs we made, Tyler?
We've done 3 albums together.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I played with the Master family for nearly 5 years. And around Northfield, I usually try to call some of the old groups that I was with, you know. And I say your name's so long, so when I was up in Lawrenceville and I hadn't called in about 10 years, I called out and said, Masters. Her 2 daughters, they was in the group, and one of them had a little boy. He was about 5 years old, and we had a Greyhound bus. Or they did, and I suppose traveled in the bus, you know. We go way down Florida and everywhere, and I think we've been to Alabama a couple, 3 or 4 times. And I called her, and she said, I asked her, I said, I can't think of what to call him, but we'd have to leave, going down Florida, you know, we'd have to leave early in the afternoon, about the middle of the afternoon.
Right.
He'd come out and go get in the bus before we get in the bus and say, Granny, we're going to go to Florida again. She said, yeah, I don't want to.
She didn't want to go?
No. I said, what was he having? Because he drove up, you know.
Yeah.
She said, by the way, she said he's a long-distance truck driver.
Is that right?
Yeah. And said he's in that. Said he called me out of Mississippi. Said call me. Said Granny. Said I turned my radio on. Said I asked him where we was at. He said Mississippi. Then he turned the radio on. Said I heard Mr. Raymond playing the harmonica
on the radio.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Well, I'll tell you, that's like I said. Now you have been around and seen some things.
Well,
to be 100 years old, but the fact that you just said you asked Tyler how many CDs we got, that shows that you have changed through the years. You're sitting there talking about CDs.
Yeah.
A little old round thing like that, whereas we used to have you've seen it all. You've seen before there was even records, right?
I want to tell you something now.
1920s or 1921. You would have been born in 21, right?
Yeah.
22. You'd have been born in 22.
I want to tell you something right now. There's nothing beats experience.
That's right.
Get nothing beat experience.
I didn't go to second grade in school. I learned mine by
Second
traveling,
grade?
reading
That was it, second grade?
signs, and everything. I drove. It took me from Friday. It took from Friday about 1 o'clock till Monday morning at 11 o'clock. I drove all the way by myself from Montana.
Wow.
The other side of that Yellowstone restaurant. I welded some of the frames for the benches, concrete benches in Yellowstone National Park. I got up one morning at 1 o'clock, put my suitcase in the car and left. Went 500 miles with a little bighorn cattle company. Went to work on a cattle ranch. I stayed out there 18 months.
Wow.
Little bit of everything.
I've done it all.
I'm telling you, and it just makes me feel a little inadequate right now. And I thought that I used to feel like I was old, and the old one in the room. And I used to tell people I just turned 68, but if anybody was to ask me how old I was, I just tell them sweet 16 with 42 years of experience. And you'd be sweet 6.
You just made all the on that now. Because I'm fixing to tell you some of the experience I've had.
Okay. Right.
I've even castrated a dog.
You can't castrate a dog.
Yeah.
Well,
You've done it all.
Yeah.
did he need it? or was it?
I throw them away.
I guess he
And
went from
two things.
to
There's two things. Animals I haven't castrated. And that's a cat and a 1,600-pound bull. I always had to hold him. Somebody else to do it. They couldn't handle it.
It's a day of many firsts.
well, yeah. I'd say you got us all beat there.
Well, Walt takes down the swamp. I lived down there for a long time. And he had over 100 head of cattle, and every spring, that's when it was open range,
Mm-hmm.
And he round them up, and he had a big lot then. he come over at my uncle. I stayed with my uncle. He said, "All right, I got him up there now. I want you to go in there and caught him now." I go down there and catch them from the market and brand them.
Uh-huh.
And I had to castrate what he wanted to castrate, the bull.
Yeah. What'd you use? Pocket knife or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully Pete is not.
But they don't do that no more now.
They don't. They got a.
I thought when
They got a machine that does it. Don't they?
Before I went to work with the cattle company in Montana on Little Bighorn River, I heard the sheep in Livingston, Montana, and I thought they castrated me, but they're not. But they don't. They got a little thing like a pair of pliers, and they got a little rubber about like that.
Mm.
And they fastened it here and here, and when you mashed it out of the way, it opened it up out of the way and just slit the nuts through there.
Mm.
Take it off out of the way, turn him loose. In about 2 weeks, it rots off.
Yeah.
There ain't even no blood.
Oh, how about it? So that's more humane the way it is nowadays.
They do it that way.
Yeah.
Now, they don't, at one time, they had a man, a cow or something, gets skin on, screw one to kill her.
Mm.
Now, you can find them all over the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can go in the woods, and every once in a while, you find a dead cow in the woods.
Yeah.
screw underneath.
Because they bleed out. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you see, people marked them back then. Now they don't. They put a stamp in the air,
Mm-hmm.
tag.
I tell you what,
I've been in the weather when it was 56 below zero in Montana.
Wow.
That's right.
is it a different kind of cold up there, or is it just
Well,
pure cold?
It's real cold, and it'd be 95 degrees up there, but it just feels cool because of the cool wind blowing all the time.
Mm.
Now, that's the reason they call it the blue sky state.
Because they ain't nothing but wide open. That's all you
It
see
was
is
the
the
fourth
sky.
biggest state in the United States when I was out there. And there were more people in Atlanta, Georgia, than there was in the capital of Billings, Montana, the capital of Montana.
Mm-hmm.
There was about 68,000 people in the capital,
Yeah.
Montana.
Well, Tyler, jump in there when you get ready. I'll tell you what, I wanted to ask you. You grew up right over there near Woodard's Chapel.
Yeah,
And
that's
that's
Raymond
where
Strickland
you-
Road.
Off of
My
Strickland.
granddaddy settled that in 1860.
Of course, that road was your people, right?
Oh,
Strickland
yeah.
Road, yeah. You pastor at Woodard Chapel, and now how far does your family? Didn't your granddaddy or great granddaddy used to preach?
Yeah, my granddad, Pete Hayes,
Pete
was
yeah.
there for about 44 years. He was a musician too because he played fiddle.
I remember him.
That's actually how I got into playing guitar because he needed somebody to play rhythm while he could.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
me and
fiddling,
Brother
so.
Pete played him many a time, I'll tell you.
Now, didn't he come out to the Charlie Leuven show?
Yeah, he was a big Leuven Brothers fan.
Your granddaddy did
'Cause he
come
was,
out there, I believe. Yeah.
Me and Brother Pete, when he was running an insurance route, he'd come. I had the insurance with him. And he'd come out collecting, He'd come to my house. And we'd get down in the middle of the floor. And that's what got me into church.
Oh, yeah?
Him and Brother John Crumley.
What was y'all doing, wrestling?
No, playing music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see,
You say you got out in the middle of the floor, right?
I traveled playing bluegrass and country.
Yeah.
Yeah, before I started playing. I was playing on the contract in Florida when I quit. Yeah, my wife, I'm married to a good Christian woman. My first wife wanted a divorce. She wanted to live with her mama all the time, and I sent her money to go to Connecticut where I was at. She gonna stay down there, and she went down there and stayed 2 weeks, and I had to send her back to her mama's.
Mm.
And when I left there and went to work in the shipyard in Jacksonville, she called me, said, I want you to get an apartment. Said, I'm going down there now. Said, I'm going to go down there.
Mm-hmm.
I sent her the money. She caught the bus and went down there. And she stayed there for 1 week, and I had to send her back to her mama.
Uh-huh.
And man, I said, that's it. If your mama better than you do me, so be it. See, I never had a stabilized home. That's what I was wanting, somebody,
You was telling me when we was eating in the kitchen earlier that you've been on your own since you was 11?
11 years old.
Gracious.
I could walk in the bear joint and buy a beer as good as a man was 40 years old.
They'd sell it
10
to you
cents
when
a
you
can.
they'd sell it to you when you was
Yeah. Nobody to say no.
Yeah.
To object to it.
So were you living in Waycross all that time?
No, in the country.
Out in the country, out there by Woodard's Chapel?
Before my daddy got killed, we moved to town one time. And just crossed the street from the stadium
Mm-hmm.
on Samuel Street. rented a house over there. And you know what he paid rent? $2 a month.
Wow.
I had a little boy. I'd walk uptown and get me a load of newspapers, hit the street, try to sell them. I got 2 cents for selling one.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'd make 6 and 7 cents. Sometimes
That
I'd
was
make
a
a dime.
lot more
Sometimes I
money
would
back
make but 3 cents.
Back in those days, that was more money.
And that Red Davis store had big signs out on the front that said smoked meat, 3 cents a pound. That was during the Depression.
Yeah.
You couldn't get a job.
No. That was a rough time for just about everybody. It affected just about everybody.
See, well,
But the thing that's different about the Depression, as if we were to hit one of them nowadays,
you're
we'd
going
be
to
in.
get it.
You're
going to get it, don't
we're
worry.
going to be in trouble because back then you had a bunch of farmers that could tend for themselves and grow their own food and everything, and canning and pickling and all that kind of stuff.
People that put
Those
Joe Biden there
things are gone.
going to get just what they asked for.
Were you related to the Woodards?
Actually,
Or is it just-
my nana, my grandmother's people were Woodards. So
Oh, okay. Your grandmother's people
yeah,
were Woodards.
Shirley.
Because that was a whole community out there.
Yeah,
they
all
had
the
a
people in
Woodard
that area.
Godwin school right out there beyond the church.
Woodard Chapel was a Whitehall church before it was Woodard Chapel. And my granddad's people, mainly from, he started playing music when he was a kid in Alma because they realized he could make more playing music. His parents passed away at an early age. They realized he could make more playing music than working in the fields. So, and then he, before and after the Korean War, he was a professional musician. So he played with Webb Pierce some and
Wow.
did some touring, and so he was a fiddle player. You know,
Webb, your Pete was a fiddle player.
his story's
And
a
he
lot like mine because he had
fiddled in
the
Webb Pierce's band.
he had the pre-minister days, and then kind of settled down. Met my grandmother and got a job in insurance salesman, and then pastored, and so yeah.
Did you
Tupelo
know?
County Jail, Webb Pierce. You ever heard that song?
Yeah, good song.
Did you know that I've never charged anybody
For playing?
pastor a church,
He's
to
charged for
marry
playing.
somebody, or preach a funeral? If they call me to preach a funeral, the first thing I tell them, as far as I'm concerned, there's no money involved now.
You wouldn't take it?
No.
Yeah.
Now,
Did they take up collection for you and
No.
stuff like that?
no.
Yeah.
But now, if I I preached at Carter Chapel a lot. They'd call me and I'd go all the way to Scuffletown. Go over there and preach. When I was pastoring Ruskinshire, and I'd go over there and preach.
They needed religion in Scuffletown.
Yeah.
From the stories I've heard
I
about
worked out there.
Scuffletown.
Well, yeah. I whipped the boy out there.
There was some mean people out there.
Yeah, but I learned a lesson out there. The little man could fight too. But anyway, I never. Now, if I go to church, any church call me or call me for a funeral, I go even go to Brunswick. I preached 2 funerals in Brunswick down there. And never charged them a dime. When they called me, I didn't know who they was. So as far as I'm concerned, there's no money involved in it. And
You said you was ordained. Did you have to go to school to be ordained?
No.
Or was it just something that you...
I come with like Tyler.
How do you become ordained
They
nowadays?
train you in the church.
Is it like how many hours you put in or
Yeah.
something like that? And they
Yeah,
say,
well,
okay, now you're ordained.
Well, it's just like a man make a speech. If you can't make a good speech, ain't nobody going to hire you to make a speech.
That's right.
Uh-huh, right. So you log so many hours of experience, and then you become ordained.
There's one thing about it. There's
Paying your spiritual
nobody
dues a
there.
little bit.
There's nobody that ever had to turn down fleshly things any more than I have. I got letters from a nurse in Atlanta, and I asked her a question, and she said I got them. I can show them to you, the cards. She said that I got 16 cards. And she wrote me, she got one some of them cards in there. She said she's closer to God she'd ever been in her life since she'd met me.
Mm.
And she said, first time she saw me, I met her in the aisle shopping. And she said her and her aunt was there. And she was looking for some gospel tapes down, where they had them down there.
Mm-hmm.
And her aunt was standing there. The aisle weren't too wide. And I was going they was coming this way in the store shopping. I was on this end going in the same aisle.
Mm-hmm.
And this is when I got there. I kind of had to crowd to get by, because I wanted to go on down the aisle.
Mm-hmm.
And she was down there. About time I stopped. And she looked up at her aunt the other way and said, I don't see a gospel tape a CD that I'd like. And I had 2 in my pocket. And I spoke up. I said, I'm a gospel singer and a harmonica player. I said, I got one. I said, I got some I'll give you. And she looked up that way. She told me, she said, I could almost see Christ. And you said I had a feeling I'd never felt in my life. I got a card there.
How about that?
Her own handwriting.
That's
She said she thanked God every day that God permitted me to enter into her life.
Yeah.
And when I asked her a question, she gave me the wrong answer. she knew an ordained minister too. And I explained to her why I couldn't.
Right. Well, me and Sean.
I have to live by that rule of that book to the very best of my being. And that's just what I'm going to do. I don't care what anybody says.
That's right. Sean and I have been asked.
But she got some more preachers down there to do what she wanted them to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it.
Yeah, y'all ordained
Well,
too, right?
I don't know if we're ordained.
Or licensed.
Licensed,
Yeah.
I think. Is,
You got to say no.
Are we
I don't
ordained?
know what kind of
I think it's
temptation it is.
I guess we.
Let me ask you a plain question.
All right.
What in the world can tempt a man any more than a good-looking woman?
They ain't much
You
better.
know what the Bible said about that, don't you?
What?
It said a man that's born of a woman is a few days and full of trouble. Old Adam was in trouble, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
See,
I don't know. Poor old women get a bad rap, don't they?
They do.
who tempted Adam?
Eve did, yeah. And who tempted
that tree
Eve?
of
The
life,
serpent.
God told him, don't touch that tree of life in the midst of the garden. You know what that tree was?
The tree of life or the tree of knowledge?
I heard some preachers say it was an apple. There was no apple.
The fruit. It was a fruit, right? It's not an apple.
No.
But they call that the Adam's apple. Because
that was life.
Mm-hmm.
Don't touch it. Don't do that. And God told him, said the day you touch it, that's the day you die.
Mm-hmm.
Satan the seed.
They could have lived
Eve
forever.
told us, there ain't nothing to that. Yeah. She's the seed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Once she took a bite, she saw herself as
That's
being
right.
naked.
And it's the same way with a woman. There's nothing in the world that'll tempt any more than a good-looking man in a new automobile. Or maybe a new house or something,
That's right.
I tell
Good
you.
standing.
New guitar.
You got to get shed of that. You got to get it shed of that. The Bible says, it said, if you even look at a woman as much as lust after, you've already committed adultery in your heart.
That's right. That's what Jimmy Carter said in his Playboy interview way back in 1978.
It said just the lust in one eye.
That's enough.
And You love to ask your money. You're putting that ahead of God.
I tell you,
I've never had the desire to be a rich man. Never. I don't need more than I need, and nobody else do.
That's right.
That's all you need. And God, what did God say? He said, I'll supply your needs. He didn't say you won't.
back when you was playing music, did you ever play with anybody big time?
Yeah, under contract.
Who's some of the people that you played with?
I can't think of their names now. I got a contract from Nashville.
Yeah.
Yeah. They sent it every Tuesday. And I'd go to Miami, Florida. I had to go down there every Saturday night. I was there every Saturday night.
Good gracious.
And the plane stayed on the contract. If I didn't show up, it cost me $12,000.
About how old were you back in those days?
Well, I was
20s?
no, I'm over 50 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. So you've been doing that for, how long you been playing that harmonica?
Ever since I was a little boy.
Yeah. What kind is that? Is that a Honer? Or
No. You know who makes the best harmonica?
who?
J-Pan.
Yeah.
They got my American Beat Street. I can't even play hardly American Beat hard. Germany's the next best.
Right.
And China. China's a good one.
Right.
I got some I bought way back.
Honer.
You
That's
remember
Germany.
you remember when we were making them CDs with the Rays? I bought some from him for $3 a piece, and I still got them, and I can still play them. And I played for about 3 or 4 groups with them harmonica. But these young is the best you can buy.
Let me see that.
Lee Osborne.
Lee Oscar.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we used to sell them down at the music store that I was working for.
They turned getting pretty rough, I think.
Can you play a little tune?
I wrote this gospel, One More Battle. Maybe. I got this cold bad too.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
You wrote that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Oh,
I got this cold.
bless you.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
there's none. I didn't write this, and this is one that an harmonica player somebody made some while ago. The other side of Waycross. What was it?
Marty Cox? No?
Was it Roger?
Roger Pravat?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's one called me and told me to go out to my CDs that he'd bought from and trying to learn how to play gospel trains. He said, he told us over and over again. He said, Mama said, I can't play it. He said, I wore them both out and said, he asked me to have another one. He wanted to send me, but he told us, then he called me again and told me, said, I just told Mama, shut the door on it.
He said he got your CD where you was playing it and trying to learn off of you.
Yeah.
Well, and that's saying something because he's good.
Yes, he is.
And if he couldn't figure it out,
He
from
plays
listening to you,
Charlie McCoy type. I don't do that.
oh, okay.
I play my own style.
Mm-hmm. Is this that song, The Gospel Train?
No,
Is this one?
I'm gonna try to do the Park Chase. I got a cold. I'll tell you. Maybe I can do some of it. I'm not my best when I got this cold. I'll tell you. Go!
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
What was he saying in between? Was that words or just noise?
Bark like a dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
People used to fox on a whole lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Y'all want to take a break and then come back and have the guitar?
Yeah, let's do that. We'll
I
take
wrote
a.
this little white church by the road.
Uh-huh.
I had that little Ruskin church in mind when I wrote that song when I was a little boy. Used to ride back on his road cross tires, barefooted, wet all over, come by an old church, still the little old country church. I didn't know what church was then, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember going by and finally wound up pastoring.
How about that? Well, let's see. What's the name of that one? About the church?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know that one?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to take a short break, folks. We'll be right back with the song with a little bit of original music from Tyler Hayes and Raymond Strickland. Come see us. We'll be right back.
Something in my brain won't let me stray. Something in my veins gonna find its way. Something in the water taught me how to pray. When that cold black water finds its way into your veins, you'll never be the same.
Welcome back. As promised, we've got Mr. Tyler Hayes and Raymond Strickland gonna play us some music here. What y'all got here?
You want me to go first? And then
Sure, yeah, that sounds good.
This is an original of mine called Sevenths, and it's from actually the first release. I just finished up the third album, but this is from the Central Avenue Waiting EP.
All right.
It's a good little while ago.
It's called Sevenths.
Yeah.
All right.
There's a lot of seventh chords in it. So
Okay.
I don't think I'll go anywhere today. I'll take the time and try to pray. The morning sun doesn't make me smile, so I guess I'll just stay a while. Why do things have to be this way? Is love something that we see, or just something in the way? Whatever happened to being alright? I thought the looks of things would change, but it was just something in my eye.
Every day's the same, moving all along. Just a few more days of pain, and then you're gone. I'm tired of moving in circles, going up and down. But this is the only place that I've ever found. Why things have to be this way? Allow something that we see, or just something in the way. And whatever happened to being alright? I thought the looks of things would change, but it was just something in my eye.
All right.
Good one.
Good. Why don't y'all do something together? Since,
We'll play one.
what did you say, Rank Stranger? You know that one?
Yeah, you have to tell me what key you got to.
What key of harp you got?
I
You
got a
G?
C.
A C? Can you play, let's see.
You have to play G.
I can try it in G. I normally do it in D.
Huh?
I said I can try it in G. I normally do it in D, but I can try it in G.
I wandered again to my home in the mountains, where you set me down. I was happy and free. I looked for my friends, but I never could find them. I found they were all strange strangers to me, and everybody I met seemed to be a stranger. No mother, no dad, not a friend that I see. They knew not my name, and I knew not their faces. And I found they were all strangers to me. They've all moved away, saying the voice of a stranger to a beautiful home by the bright crystal sea. I'll meet them again one day in heaven, where no one will be a stranger to me. And everybody I met seemed to be a stranger. No mother, no dad, not a friend that I seen. They knew not my name, and I knew not the faces. And I found they were all strangers to me. And I found they were all strangers to me.
All right.
You go sing that a little faster.
That was good. Y'all got one more?
That's the first time we tried to play that together.
Yeah.
And first time singing in G. So
maybe a traditional gospel, or something from your album, or an original that Raymond wrote or something.
I don't know whether I can sing a little church or not. Let me see if it is. You go ahead and do what you want to do.
Well, if you
I'll try it.
Yeah, just try a little bit of it, and
Okay, I got it cold.
it's,
you can always tell how good a song's going to be by the number of times people clear their throat before,
that's
before
all
singing.
right. So here's the original.
I was traveling down lonesome road. I was hungry, I slept in the cold. Came to the check by the side of the road. I walked up the steps and I opened the door. I walked down the aisle, I knelt on the floor. I had a feeling I never had before. Jesus came in and he saved my poor soul. In a little church by the side of the road. Oh, me.
That's good if you can't do it anymore. That's you don't want to get too wound out. That was great. That was good. Yeah, you wrote that about the little white church.
There's more to it. I'm going to finish it up.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't want you to get winded, but yeah, go ahead. Finish it on. I'm sorry. I thought you were needing a break.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Well, how about this? I'll do my little tale of the week while you catch your breath, and then we can take it out with that if y'all want to. All right. Let her rip.
A red-headed stranger from Blue Rock, Montana rode into town one day, and under his knees was a raging black stallion, and loping behind was a bay. The red-headed stranger had eyes like the thunder, lips that were sad and tight. His little lost love was asleep on the hillside, his heart it was heavy as night. Don't cross him, he's wild in his sorrow, he's riding and hiding his pain. Don't fight him, don't spite him, just wait till tomorrow and maybe he'll ride on again. A yellow-haired woman leaned out of her window.
Folks, we're listening to Red-Headed Stranger from Arthur Guitar Boogie Smith. He released this on MGM Records. The song was written in 1953, the year I was born. 23 years later, I would shake the hand of the man whose version of the song is the most recognized around the world today.
He just didn't seem to care. She followed him out when he sat on the stallion, laughed as she grabbed at the...
That's it. No, I was doing a fade. That was a fade. The song's lyrics were written by Edith Lindemann while sitting at home one night playing with the idea of colors. Carl Stutz, a musician and radio announcer for WRVA in Richmond, Virginia, composed the music. Red-Headed Stranger details the story of a man who rambles into town on a black stallion, leading the bay horse of his dead wife. In a tavern, the stranger meets a blonde woman who follows him outside and attempts to steal the bay. He shoots her and leaves town after being found not guilty, considering that the woman tried to steal his horse. That tells you a little bit about the dynamics of the Old West, huh? Horse was more important. Willie Nelson used to play the song in 1954 on his radio show, The Western Express, on KCNC, Fort Worth, Texas, as a nap time tune at 1 p.m. for the children in the listening audience. He also sang the song for his daughter Lana at bedtime, and on several occasions he sang it on his own radio show. His wife at the time, in 1974, Connie Kepke, gave him the idea to write a Western concept album based on The Red-Headed Stranger. Willie's timeless album, released in May 1975 on Columbia Records, reached number 1 on the Billboard chart for top country albums. I bought my copy in 75 at Sin City Records, owned and operated by Billy Ray Heron in Waycross, Georgia. In October that year, I started playing music on the road with Eddie Middleton, former lead singer for King David and the Slaves, after Randall Bramlett departed. Our band at that time was called Homegrown. Based out of the King of the Road in Valdosta, Georgia, we were a 5-piece band that played a mixed variety of music, from southern rock and country to top 40 R&B and funk. Middleton handled the bookings, and we traveled around quite a bit, landing in 1976 at Sonny's Lake Forest Lounge on Lem Turner Boulevard in Jacksonville, Florida. Located on the south side of the Trout River, its audience was a melting pot of upscale blacks and middle-class whites. There was a sweet little waitress that worked at Sonny's, whose name I cannot remember. She had 2 tickets for Willie Nelson and family at the Jacksonville Coliseum on Tuesday, May 18th. I was invited, and off we went. When we got there, the floor was only about half full, but still we navigated into the seats to the right of the stage. Poco was the opening act, and when their set was finished, much to my surprise, half the Coliseum left. Well, I like Poco just fine, but come on now, this was Willie Nelson. Why are you leaving? What came next was an amazing, intimate performance, a complete retelling of his current hit album, with Sister Bobby Nelson on piano, Jody Payne on guitar, Mickey Raphael on harmonica, Paul English on drums, and B. Spears on bass guitar. I bought a Willie t-shirt during the intermission and slung it over my shoulder as we moved down to the front of the stage for most of the rest of the show. When it ended, we were among a small, satisfied handful of fans gathered at the apron of the stage with Willie's personal and undivided attention. The roadies was out there rapping chords, and Willie was right there shaking hands with those of us that wanted to talk to him. Came my turn, he autographed the shirt and looked dead at me as we shook hands. And without a word, I saw in his deep brown eyes the contented soul of an artist who had just played his heart out for a half-empty Coliseum. In this business, Willie Nelson has seen a lot of ups and downs. I'm sure he's enjoyed the highs, and after reading this next quote from Willie, I'm equally sure that he's never let the lows last too long. This is what Willie says, quote, "There's not a lot I can do about what happened last year or yesterday, and there's not a lot I can do about tomorrow. But right now, everything's good." That's Willie's philosophy on life.
It's a good Willie voice, too.
It don't get no better than you can't control what happened yesterday. You don't know what's fixing to happen ahead of you. You might as well just say, okay, What am I doing today to make it right, to make it good?
I met B. Spears.
Did you?
Yep.
In Nashville?
Out on Leaper's Fork.
Leaper's Fork. Yeah.
Yeah. He's putting together an old musket when we come in. And but he passed away.
Yeah.
Fell outside of his trailer in the snow and hit his head and froze out there.
Good Lord.
That's the way to go.
I don't know if he hit his head or broke his back or something, but nobody was around that knew he was out there.
Well, Willie's still carrying on. How old is Willie now? He's got to be on up there. He's probably in his
He's about 88.
80s, late 80s or so. I can't remember when this episode airs, but I think we will have already seen Willie Nelson right up the road from us here in Alma, Georgia.
Oh, he's going to be in Alma?
Yeah, February.
Those people that have been having like Vanilla Ice and whatever, and Nelly and all that stuff out there, they're having Willie.
Okay.
Yeah, we got tickets.
Check that out.
Willie Nelson, Alma, Georgia.
I think it's February.
I found this on the web.
Yeah, Kobe Barber Farms. And that is February the 8th.
Well, y'all want to play us out?
Yeah. You want to do that rest of that song now? You feel like giving it a shot? Or
I like to go to the bathroom first.
Okay.
Yeah. Go out on the last verse. That's fine.
Hey, he's got to go to the bathroom first.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said last verse.
Won't take
We got a
me a
bathroom
minute.
right there.
Won't take me a minute.
Okay. We'll be right back. Well, take us home.
I was traveling down Lonesome Road. I was hungry, I slept in the cold. Came to a little church by the side of the road. I walked up the steps and I opened the door. Walked down the aisle, I knelt on the floor. I had a feeling I never had before. Jesus came in and he saved my poor soul. In the little church by the side of the road. Now I'm so happy I want the world to know about the little church by the side of the road. Where Jesus came in and he saved my poor soul. In the little church by the side of the road. I left the little church, I walked down the road. I met a stranger I never met before. Rode in the little church by the side of the road. Oh, Jesus came in and he saved my poor soul. Oh no, I'm a rich man, even though I'm poor.
All right.
All right.
Well, that was Mr. Raymond Strickland original right there.
But I didn't have as good as I could do it, though.
Yeah, he's got a cold this time, folks. And we thank y'all for being a part of our podcast. Tyler Hayes.
That's one of the two coats I wrote.
All right, we're taking that one.
I
Two coats.
don't know. You ready?
Thank y'all for being on.
I appreciate y'all for letting us.
And thank y'all for watching. Take it away, boys.
I'll tell you about Jesus and what he can do. He gave me a new coat, here's a thing for you. I'm glad that he saved me and he showed me the way. I pulled off the old coat and I threw it away. I'll tell you the best thing I ever did do. I put off the old coat, I put on the new. Now the old coat was dirty, not fit to wear. He gave me this new coat, Lord, I'm not ashamed to wear. Tell you the best thing I ever did do. I put off the old coat and I put on the new.
Right.
I put off the old coat and I put on the new. It's cold.
When the cold black water finds its way across through your veins, it just might seal your fate. It just might seal your fate. It just might seal your fate.